What's going on, guys? Back again. Got Try, Ace.
Yo.
So today we're gonna do a bunch of reactions. Basically, figured we'd do it all in one video. There was a couple things today. There was some things on the YouTube Live at E3. Ubisoft had their conference. Square Enix had their showcase as well. And then Limited Run Games also had a conference as well. So we're going to talk a bit about that. Sony's is going to be tonight, so we will be doing the recording for that as well as the post reactions for that. And then tomorrow's is Nintendo's, same thing. We're going to do all that too. But today we're talking about the stuff that happened this afternoon. So Square Enix was first. It was only a half hour, and it wasn't really a press conference. It was mainly just like a showcase. It was like a recap of stuff. There wasn't
pretty much,
it wasn't anything to get too excited about. It was mostly stuff we already seen. Like they showed the remixed trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. So it was like it was similar to the trailer we saw yesterday, but a few new things in there.
Like Ratatouille.
Yep.
And they showed Zigbar.
Yeah, Zigbar was in there this time.
New dialogue between Sora and Xemnas and Ansem.
Yeah.
Secret Darkness.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty cool. I kind of wish we had gotten maybe a slightly different trailer, but it was mostly just a remix thing with a couple extra things in there. And then they also talked about Dragon Quest XI, which I was excited for. They showed off a new trailer for that, showing the voice acting of the game, because the game was never voiced in Japanese. The American one is going to be voiced.
Right.
So that's cool. They showed off a collector's edition for that as well. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff. Comes with 2-disc soundtrack, hardcover art book. I think it was a steel book too.
It was a steel book, yep.
Yep, and you can get it exclusively on the Square Enix store.
And a cloth map, I believe.
Yeah, there was a cloth map too. Yeah, and then some DLC exclusively on the Square Enix store. It's like $150. Yep. I'm gonna probably get that. But I hate that it's on the Square Enix store. I wish I can get it at like Amazon or GameStop or something, because I don't like dealing with their store.
And they showed Shadow of the Tomb Raider too.
Oh yeah, that was actually what they started with, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It was the beginning section of the game, I think. Yeah, the very beginning section of the game. They showed like the beginning cutscene, and like they showed off like a little gameplay demo too. A lot of the stealth stuff, which is cool.
I got that pre-ordered, so.
Yeah. We already know the date for that, so September 14th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, because we know Square Enix owns Crystal Dynamics, so of course they had to show that. Yeah, so they did talk about that. Kingdom Hearts, they didn't show it in the showcase, but there is a deluxe edition coming out. You can get it anywhere for, like, Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, whatever. $80, and you get a steel book and an art book and a pin. And then if you go on the Square Enix website, they also have that with a bundle that comes with the 3 figures, the D arts, or I don't remember which way it was. There's 3 figures, and they're based on the Toy Story version of the characters. So so there's that. And then what else? They showed off a little more about Octopath Traveler. Nothing really new with it though. They just had like a brief trailer.
Yeah. And the brief thing with Stormblood and Monster Hunter World.
Oh yeah, so Monster Hunter World is doing a crossover with Final Fantasy XIV, which, I mean, I'm not very shocked. A lot of people were shocked by it. I'm not shocked by that, just because Monster Hunter World does a lot of crossovers, and Final Fantasy XIV has done quite a few crossovers, and these are 2 huge, like, online games that are going on right now. So I'm not shocked at all by it. I mean, it is what it is. It looks interesting, but whatever. Because I saw like the little, I saw the cat walk up, like, oh my god, it's Monster Hunter, But
and then we saw the new IP by with Platinum Games with Square Enix.
Yeah, Platinum Games. They're developing a game called Babylon's Fall.
Yes. No
gameplay. It was just like a timeline trailer. Looks interesting. The theme looks interesting. But I got to see more on it. But the fact that Platinum Games is behind it has me excited, has me damn curious. I'm always curious when it comes to Platinum Games, one of my favorite developers, so that's cool. I don't think they announced any systems for it, but we know it's in development. I don't think there was many other surprises besides that. They there was some game. What was the game called? The deaf guy.
The silent guy.
The quiet one. The quiet one. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. They announced that as well. It's an interesting concept, but I don't know if I'll get it. It doesn't look like my thing. But the guy's like deaf, but he can still like do fights and stuff. They showed like a little scene of him in an alley, and he had a bag of lunch for someone, and then he's like, they're trying to talk to him. He can't hear, and he's just punching them. I don't know. I really don't know the context of it.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know the context of it. It's weird. Yeah, but besides that, there wasn't much else to really talk about. They, like I said, the best things they showed off was the collector's edition for Dragon Quest. Octopath Traveler they talked about, but there wasn't anything really new. It was just a trailer. We already know it comes out July 13th. We already know about the Wayfarer's edition. There's also pre-order bonus at GameStop as well. I can't wait for Octopath Traveler. I can't wait for Dragon Quest. I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. Like I said, there wasn't really much else new. The cool new things in the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 were good. Seeing a little more of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, seeing a little bit more of the English version of Dragon Quest 11, as well as Collector's Edition, and then the new IP. Those were the things that really were to take away from this conference. There was nothing really Final Fantasy besides the 14 stuff. So nothing for 15, no further DLC, no Final Fantasy 7 remake, no hint at any other future Final Fantasy games or any spin-offs. So none of that. There wasn't any. There was one thing. There was the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius or whatever that's called.
Yeah.
The mobile game. They're doing some Dragon Quest collab, which I don't play that, so I don't really care. I got excited thinking it was the mobile remakes of Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 that were coming over. I still hope they bring those over, but yeah, there wasn't anything. I was hoping to see the Avengers game. Avengers game that Square Enix is making, but we didn't see that. So I don't know. It kind of seemed unnecessary. Like it was an unnecessary little showcase, but I guess it was just a recap showing what they got cooking up. So I was hoping for a little more. There might be more. Again, we still have Sony's and Nintendo's to go through.
Right.
So they might be saving some reveals for those. You never know. But their own showcase, just, I don't know. It was okay. There was a couple gems, but other than that, it was mostly unnecessary in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? I mean...
Yeah, pretty much what he just summed it up perfectly. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Dragon Quest 11, and then the new interest in the Platinum Games collab with Square Enix. So
the biggest thing to really take away from it is the new IP, the Platinum Games game. I think that's a brand new reveal. Everything else was just like recap of stuff. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's great we got to see more of it, but we saw more of it, like yesterday. And then like same thing for like Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest, it's great we got to see the English voice acting, but everything else for that game, like it's been out in Japan for like a year, so it's like collector's editions are cool. They didn't really need a conference for those. Like I said, they touched on some other games like Octopath Traveler, which we didn't learn anything new from. So it's just the way. I think it's just like a recap saying, "Hey, this is what we got coming in the pipeline. Here you go." So just to drum up more interest for E3. But afterwards, they had about an hour later. They had the limited run games. They had their own little conference.
Wacky. That was wacky and weird.
Oh my god, it was like a whole green screen of things, and all the guys came out. There was cardboard, like green screen cutout looking things for the audience. It was so great.
The audience clap noise, like usually hear.
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah. It was so great. It was. They were having.
They slid up with their presentation, like their cardboard cutout.
Yeah, they're like, like it was so great. I love it. They were definitely having fun with it. The presentation was just funny to watch. As far as the games themselves, I honestly, as weird as this is, I actually was a little bit more. I had a little more enjoyment watching some of the reveals from this than I was Square Enix's, just because.
Yeah, because it was so out of.
Well, I'm not just saying that. I'm talking about like the content they had. They had a lot of new stuff to reveal. Right off the bat, they said Golf Story, physical release. The Golf Story is an eShop Nintendo Switch exclusive, and they're making a physical release for that. I can't wait. That's awesome. Like right off the bat, I'm getting that. Layers of Fear Legacy is getting a physical release on Switch and PS4. I'm definitely going to be getting that. That's a game that's been sitting on my eShop wish list. I haven't downloaded it yet. Now I won't need to. I'll just get the physical release, definitely. And they released. They even gave the Vita a lot of love. The Vita has a lot of love. That the only Samurai Kagura game, which was the Bon Appetit one, which is like the rhythm food one.
Yeah.
That's getting a physical release, which that's cool. I don't know if I'm going to get that just because, I do own a Vita, and I do like Samurai Kagura, but I like the main series, the ones that they were doing on 3DS. this one was just, it's mainly just like a little mini game fan servicey rhythm thing. So it never really interested me. So I don't know if I'll get it, but I do approve of it getting a physical release because it was the only Samurai Kagura game that did not have a physical release. So now they all have physical releases. So that's cool. Some other games. There was the Salt and Sanctuary.
Yep,
that looked cool.
That was one for the big reveal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then had a lot of visual novel games. A lot of there was this couple of cyberpunk games that I can think of that they're like.
Yeah, one was a bartending game.
Yeah.
That was weird. Like
Yeah.
it was just like and then what was the one game? Cosmic Star Heroine is coming to the Switch physical release. That's cool. And they were talking about Night Trap as well. Because we know Night Trap's coming to the Switch physical release, so that's cool. And they announced the Double Switch, the other Sega CD game, is coming physical release for the PS4. It wasn't clear at the conference, at least it wasn't clear to me, but I looked afterwards. It's actually coming to PS4. There's not a Switch version announced yet, but I'm sure it'll come sometime later because last year they made the Night Trap edition for the PS4. Now Night Trap's coming to the Switch physical this year, so they'll probably do the Double Switch later for Switch. But that was interesting. There's quite a few games. Oh yeah, and then the Phantom Breaker. That's another game that I might pick up for Limited Run Games. Limited Run Games has a lot of good games in the pipeline. There's a lot of good games for both PS4 and Switch. There wasn't really much for Vita that I was interested in personally, but they did give the Vita some love, which is good. They're doing that. I'm glad there's still some developers that give that system love. But yeah, Limited Run Games. Like I said, I was really. Oh wait, the big one. I almost forgot. I screamed, Dust and Elysian Tale. Dust and Elysian Tale is coming physical release to the Nintendo Switch later this year. Oh my god. This is a game that was originally on Xbox 360. It was
on the Live Arcade, right?
Yeah, Xbox Live Arcade, yep. This was like maybe 10 years ago. Maybe a little bit, maybe not so much 10 years ago. Maybe it was like 8 or 9 years ago. And ever since then I've been waiting to play it. And then I know it went to Steam later. And I actually didn't know it went to PS4.
That's 14 it went to PS4.
Yeah, I never knew about that. I could have been playing this whole time, but still, that's fine. I get it physical now, but I've been wanting to play this game for so long. Dust and Elysian Tale looks so amazing, and I know some people who've played it and they love it. I've been wanting to play it for years. I'm finally going to be able to. I'm going to get on the Switch. That made me so happy. I literally screamed when they did that. I was just like, oh, that's what did the conference for me.
It was him and Blade, and if they know who Blade is.
Yeah, we had our buddy Paul over here. Yeah, we both were excited for that. He's played it on Steam. I haven't played it at all, so I'm very excited to dig into Dust when it comes out and play the hell out of that game. I can't wait. The art style, the gameplay reminds me of Muramasa, which is one of my favorite Wii games.
It sounds like it's really good voice acting for a good story.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've been waiting for Dust for so long, and now I'm finally gonna be able to play it. That's awesome. So, but yeah, Limited Run Games. They actually had a very surprising conference.
Yeah, they had very much fun with it. You could tell that they were like very passionate about what they do.
Yeah, and I'm glad they do what they do. I'm very glad. There's lots of great indie stuff. I know everyone's like, oh, indie trash. Yeah, we need AAA. A lot of these indie games look a lot more fun than all these Western AAA games that all the other companies keep pushing out. I'm sorry. I'll take things like, Dust and Elysian Tale, Golf Story, Cosmic Star Heroine. I'll take all these types of games over the Division 2 any day. That's just my taste. I mean, I'd rather play those games than Division 2. That's just me. Speaking of Division 2, though, now we can go into Ubisoft. Ubisoft's conference, right off the bat, I'm going to say it was not as good as last year's.
Yeah.
Was not as good as...
There was a big surprise in there, too.
Yeah. It was still a really interesting conference.
Yeah.
They did focus a lot on Division 2 yet again. I'm getting so
of course,
sick.
they opened up with Just Dance 19. Coming to Wii and Wii U, like last year, which is weird.
So it's coming to Switch, Wii U, and Wii. You got 3 generations of Nintendo systems that game is coming for. Why? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess there's still a lot of casual people who will still buy it on Wii. And I read last year that for 2018, Just Dance 2018, I think it was the Wii version. There was somewhere in Europe. There was a country in Europe that the Wii version outsold like the Switch and the Wii U version like combined. And I'm just
believe
like,
it, yeah.
and I'm just like, wow! Like a lot of people kept their Wii's just to play Just Dance. Like I guess why not put it in all three?
Right,
You know,
yeah.
it's just I guess why not? But yeah, they always open with that. But Mario plus Rabbids, the Donkey Kong Adventure. This is what I was excited for. They got Grant Kirkhope on stage with some people playing instruments. And they did a live little composition. It was really cool. And the trailer showed off some gameplay, showed off some of the elements of it, and they announced June 26th. So right around the corner, we're getting our DLC, June 26th. I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna be so good. The remixes of some of the Donkey Kong themes just sound so good, and just the gameplay and the things that Donkey Kong is gonna be able to do, it just looks so good. I'm excited. I already have the season pass, so I'm gonna definitely be getting it. I'll be playing it day one, June 26th. That's literally like 2 weeks away. I think like 2.5 weeks away. So I'm excited for that.
There's also a new Assassin's Creed called
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yep.
Because it takes place in Greece. It was confirmed like I know several days ago or whatnot, but I think this is our big to get in the nitty gritty of it. There's also some changes coming to it that I guess a lot of people are excited for. Like you can do romance relationships. You can play as a female now and all that stuff. I mean that's cool. I'm still not a fan of Assassin's Creed, so I'm not going to get it.
They showed Skull and Bones some more.
Yep, Skull and Bones. They showed that off. They showed off a little more Beyond Good and Evil 2. It is a prequel, and they showed off. It has the original character from the first game, which
Jade,
is cool.
I think her name is.
Yeah, Jade. So that's cool. Still no systems or release window or anything. Yeah. The game's probably still a while.
They confirm that you can like work together with them with the game, like import like you submit like music or like.
Yeah, they're doing like an open development portal for it. Basically, the fans are going to be able to log in and be able to submit stuff and everything. It's kind of like what I hate making this comparison because it always makes me sad. But it kind of reminds me of what Capcom was trying to do with Legends 3 back in the day. So it's just, but I don't know.
It's my number 9.
Well, yeah, that was Inafune with the concept, but yeah, it's a really cool concept. I like what they're doing with the with Beyond Good and Evil 2. I can't wait to see more of it. Hopefully, it comes out sometime in the next decade. But yeah, they talked about that. They showed, like I said, they showed more of the Division 2 Trials. What was the new Trials game?
What is the R? Trials.
Like Trials. I don't remember what it was. A new Trials game they showed off, and it looks. There's going to be a closed beta for it. You can actually sign up for it now, and it's coming to all the platforms, including Switch. They had some guy come out on a motorcycle, and it was crazy. It was just crazy. Ubisoft likes to have a lot of fun at their conferences, and I'm okay with that.
And they showed them more of the should we talk about the big one? First they talked about more of the ship game they showed last year, but you can like put the ships on your controller.
Starlink. This is a game they revealed last year at their conference, and this was the big thing for me. I was already interested in this game. I was interested in this game when I saw it last year. It looked really cool. It reminded me a lot of Amiibo and stuff, but in a cooler way. Like it just like you customize your own ship and you put it on the controller and stuff. And it was coming to Switch and PS4 and Xbox One and stuff. And it looked really cool. Really nice flying shooter with some dogfighting. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Star Fox. And they showed off some new gameplay. And they literally, in the middle of all this gameplay and this trailer and stuff, all of a sudden the light flashes over a logo, and it's the Star Fox logo.
Yep.
And Fox McCloud shows up in his R-Wing, and he's flying around these levels. And I'm just like, oh my god, it's Star Fox. We got Fox McCloud and Starlink, and they showed off a logo, like an actual cover art that shows the characters lined up, and in the lineup is Fox, and then you see their ships flying up next to the R-Wing. Oh my god, this excites me so much.
And then they brought Miyamoto on stage, because he was there.
Yeah, Miyamoto was in the audience, and they made him so happy. He looked so happy. But they presented him with the first model of the R-Wing that you'll be able to use, and it looks so good. And they announced the sets, so it's going to be $69.99, so only $70. Only $10 more than a standard, full price game, which is shocking to me. And the Switch version in particular is the one that comes with Star Fox. Obviously, Nintendo owns Star Fox, so it's only going to be a Switch experience. The other platforms will still get the full game. They just won't get any of the Star Fox stuff. So I was already interested in this game, and I was interested even more seeing more gameplay. And my hype was already there. And then when they showed Star Fox, it went through the roof. I'm getting the game day one, October 16th. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. That was the big thing for the show for me. Second best being the Donkey Kong, and then third best would probably be the Beyond Good and Evil 2 stuff. Yeah. But the Starlink that came out of left field. No one saw that coming. For weeks, people have been speculating about the whole Star Fox Grand Prix rumors, blah, 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 but no one saw this coming. There was no leaks, no rumors, nothing. That's what I love. That's what I love. Do not believe everything you hear on the internet. Watch E3 and set yourself up with an open mind for surprises, because that's what you get. You don't find everything leaked on the internet like everyone makes it out to be nowadays. Stop listening to the people who say, my uncle works for Nintendo, I have this source in the industry, blah, 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 someone at Kotaku said this. No, screw that. No one saw this coming. I can't stress that enough. It was so amazing and such a surprise. Oh, I wish I would have got a reaction to it. It would have been cool to film that. But yeah, I was hyped. So Ubisoft, it didn't have the exact wow factor as last year with the Beyond Good and Evil 2 and the Mario plus Rabbids reveal, but it was still really solid. This is a really solid conference. I personally feel like this was probably one of the best today. Maybe even better than Microsoft's yesterday. Just because Microsoft has some good stuff, but the problem was they had a lot of fluff. They had 2 hours of it. Yeah. Ubisoft's had a good pacing. They didn't have too much fluff. I mean, I could have did without more of the Division 2, but it's their game, so they gotta show that, know. But it's like, but it's just one of those things that there was a lot less fluff with Ubisoft. So it was a really well-paced conference. So. And it's a great lead-in to Sony's tonight and then Nintendo's tomorrow, because those are the final two, and all eyes are on Nintendo and Sony, as always. E3, it seems like E3 only gets better every day it goes on.
Talk about the little crash reveal, too?
Yes. So there was one more thing. After Ubisoft's conference, YouTube Live at E3, they showed off a brand new level for Crash.
Yes, it's, I'm a Crash guy here, so.
Future Tense?
Future Tense. It's a brand new level that it takes from the future theme from Crash 3, brand new made by Vicarious Visions, and it looks so pretty much the future version of, I'm trying to think of a good comparison. Okay, you know how Stormy Ascent was the harder version of Slippery Climb? Well, Future Tense is the harder version of the 2 future levels.
So it's another free DLC level. Mm-hmm. That's a brand new level made by Vicarious Visions, and they did say that it will come pre-packaged with the Xbox One and Switch versions, and then on the day those releases, that same day, PS4 owners will be able to download it for free. Yeah, with a patch. So that's awesome. So everyone's gonna get it for free. It looks like a very fun level. I'm glad that they're still supporting this game. You would think that right now, all eyes would be on Spyro. Yeah. But no, they're not forgetting Crash. And I think the reason they're doing that is because they have 2 different studios working on these games. You got Toys for Bob on Spyro, and then you still have Vicarious Visions working on Crash. And I don't doubt that somewhere along the line, one of these teams, or maybe a whole other team, might be working on some brand new titles. I'm pretty sure we have a new Crash and a new Spyro coming in the future. I'm pretty sure that's a possibility. But what I love about it is the fact that it's not just, we're moving on from Crash, it's all Spyro now. No, they're saying, here's Spyro for you guys, but hey, don't forget about this little dude over here, we're not in Crash, That's what I'm saying. They're supporting both, and that's what I like. That's what I really like about it. They're balancing it well. Hopefully, there will be some more stuff in the future for Crash. I wouldn't mind if they made another level even after this. It'd be cool. And I like that it's all free. That's one thing going back to Ubisoft, I think we didn't even mention, is the Division 2. I know I talk a lot of shit about Division 2, but they announced a ton of DLC and plans, but it's all free. And I give them props for that. They're making a lot of free DLC. Yeah. They're really following, I think, you know what I think it is? I think Ubisoft and a couple other companies, because I think a couple other companies are starting to do that free DLC model, and I think what they've been doing is, I think they're looking at Nintendo and they're looking at Splatoon and how much success they've had with that.
And ARMS.
Yeah, and ARMS as well. Yeah, because a lot of these series now are going towards a more free DLC because they know people don't want to pay all this for all the DLC, microtransactions. But it's becoming a very touchy subject nowadays. So it's a matter of how can you balance the DLC. And they're coming off of Division 1, which is a very divisive game. There was a lot of people that had some fan outcry over certain aspects of that game, even though it was still a successful game in its own right. So then they said they learned some lessons from it, and that's why they have a whole year DLC planned out, but it's all free. And that's what I'm saying. That's amazing, Like I said, it reminds me of Splatoon a lot, So that's cool. I'm not going to get the game, but I give them props for that. I give them props for doing that. That's very respectable, and I like that a lot. And I can't wait to play the new level on Crash as well. It looks very, very fun. I liked all the variety with it. You were saying how the lasers now they're the same lasers from one of the other future levels, but now they spin and turn.
Now
and stuff
they're like this. They turn like this.
So
my hands. I don't know.
It's gonna be very tricky. But it'll be fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's day 2 of E3. Besides Sony. Sony's tonight. Like I said, we'll definitely have videos on that, and then we'll have videos for Nintendo tomorrow. So definitely stay tuned, guys. What did you think of Square Enix and Ubisoft and Limited Run Games and the Crash stuff? Leave some comments below. Let us know what you thought. Like I said, it was a pretty, back and forth day. Some boring stuff, some cool stuff. So. It only got better as it went on, so
for sure.
Yeah, so it's E3 is getting better as it goes on. I think that's how it all usually is, know. So, but yeah, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned, more 3 videos coming soon, and I will catch you later.